Hey guys, how are you? Hey Jules, Tam, Leo.
Hey guys, how are you?
Oh, not the playback. Hold on.
Hey Jules, Tam, Leo.
Sorry. Okay, sorry about that. I had to do this. Okay. All right, now we ready. We are ready now. Oh, let me close out these PDFs and other things. How are y'all doing on this fine Friday? I know me, for one, I have some medicine that I have to go pick up. What is this sitting on? Because I need to close these out. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Let me get this closed out. You said you're almost off work. Oh, thank y'all so much. I appreciate that. Now that I was able to fix this hair the way I wanted it. Y'all, right now we just on Patreon, but we are going to go on YouTube. They're just, y'all know I be wanting to come on here and congregate with y'all first before I open the doors to dust, because once I open the door to dust, it's just going to fly right through. So I'm like, I'm trying to put that out right now. Yeah, Lizzie, I'm in such a better place to where, and I got my phone sitting propped up over here, so I'm able to just go ahead and watch the playback. And yeah, so you know, we over here comfortable in the bed, just sitting there. You said take my time before we get on YouTube. You sound like you don't even want to be on YouTube. You love our little pre-chats. Yeah, we're definitely going to do the pre-chats. Y'all, look, I want to show y'all something, because the next live stream that we do, we're going to do a live stream, and the next live stream we do is kind of just going to be us talking about various things, because I realize we don't be having those discussions where we can just come up and talk about whatever. You said Jasper needs to be up there with you, keeping you company. You know what? Jasper irritated me today, because Jasper, when he wants to come in the, well, basically, anytime he wants the door open, he tries to, it's almost like he's trying to scratch a hole in the carpet to get out or something. And it's like, Jasper, what are you doing? It's like, what are you doing? You said it'd be too many different energies on YouTube. It really do. It really do. It really do. But I do feel like this is a discussion that needs to be had. The Christian lunacy needs to be called out. I do feel like that. You had to rehome your kitten? Why? What happened? Yeah, no, and Maya is Jasper. Sasha don't be doing it. Like right now, Sasha under this bed. Sasha only cares, really, all Sasha cares about is being under the bed. That's all Sasha cares about. Sasha don't really care about nothing else. She just under the bed, and you can just give Sasha a couple treats and she gonna be fine. Teach Jasper to potty train in the toilet. This is a dress that I have on. This is a dress. And it's a long one too. It goes past my knees. It's one of those bodycon dresses. Not saying I'm gonna wear it today, because really I just wore it for y'all. Really, I just wore it for y'all. But my best friend flies in today, so I have to go pick her up from the airport later, because, you know, she comes in, so she's coming to visit. This is actually a dress from on Shein. I can show y'all more of it if I get up a little bit. This is the full dress, so as y'all can see, it's a cute little ensemble. It is. It's a cute little ensemble. When I get off of here, y'all, I'm putting on some like leggings and a top. That's what I'm doing. I'm putting on leggings and a top because I gotta go and pick my best friend up. So yeah. Yeah, shit, there's a vegan restaurant over here, like a vegan soul food that she wants to go to. Oh, hold on, I gotta get up and go grab my water cup. Cause I need to show y'all something. MAGA over here playing games. They just trying to play on people's top and thinking people too dumb to realize what they was doing. And it's like, we know exactly what y'all was doing and wasn't nobody about to let y'all. Oh, do y'all know this cup is sitting right over here next to me? And I'm over here talking about I need to get my cup, and my cup is literally right here. That's the thing. The cup is already right here. It's like, what are you talking about? Your cup is literally already there. Okay. This one, y'all, my little cold cup. These cups do actually keep the water super cold. Ice do stay frozen in here. Definitely overnight. It's supposed to be 36 hours. But y'all look at this. I want to show y'all this. MAGA over here playing in people's faces. Look at this. Let me show y'all this. And I don't know if y'all saw this. Y'all let me know if y'all did. Let me know if y'all saw this. Let me try to redo it. Okay, look at this, y'all. I want to see if y'all see how they like to play in people's face.
Students upset after two conservative activists made an unannounced visit to Tennessee State University. The pair was eventually escorted off of campus by police as angry students gathered around. News 2's Kenley Hargett reports on the aftermath of that event.
If you want to talk to people who disagree with you, you go to the place where people are likely to disagree with you.
Students visibly upset at a conservative group showing up to their university unannounced. The group is on a nationwide college tour to honor Charlie.
Now look, I want y'all to look at these signs that they have down here. Because when you hear the next clip, I want y'all to listen to what they saying. But then look at these signs here. DEI should be illegal. Deport all illegals now. Let's talk. Let's go ahead and continue now that you saw these signs.
Kirk, and to open dialogue on various political topics. Tuesday, they chose Tennessee State University, where they set up two controversial signs in front of their table. One saying, DEI should be illegal, and the other, deport all illegals now. Let's talk. I sat down with two members of the group on why they chose to come to an HBCU.
We kind of just drive places and then we end up in a city. We pick a city and then we just go to that city and then we kind of figure out what universities are there. We didn't know that TSU was an HBCU until the night before. He didn't know until we got on campus.
Students upset after two conservative activists made.
They didn't know that this was the DEI, but this was the HBCU. But they showed up there with DEI signs. Now, do you think if they go to a PWI, like a private white university, do you think they go in there with DEI signs? Probably not. They went with DEI signs because they knew this was a HBCU. They knew it was a HBCU. They're lying.
Until they told him on campus.
The university has released a statement about the event, saying university policy requires any demonstration or protest activity requires advance approval and permitting. The group told me they reached out to TSU for approval, but could not reach them. They believe even if they had approval, they still would have been met with anger.
I don't know what would have been different about the situation. We probably would have been posted up in the exact same spot. The exact same people would have been on campus, and they would have had the exact same mindset.
The group planned.
Right, so basically you did know it was a HBCU and you didn't bother to get permission because you felt like nothing would change then. So you were going to do this anyway, basically. Basically, they're saying we were going to go up to a HBCU to try to taunt black people anyway. Now, I don't know why black people still in the South. I don't really get it. I don't know why black people are kind of carrying on like they're not in a war zone. I don't understand that. But they did this on purpose. This was purposeful.
To continue their tour of speaking at colleges and universities, but they still don't plan to announce where they will speak next due to safety concerns. TSU says they will continue to uphold university policies and ensure campus remains a safe, welcoming, and orderly environment for all members of their community. Reporting in Nashville, Kenley Harkett, News 2.
Until they...
MAGA supporters invaded our
What is
HBCU.
going on over here?
You called the East.
They know exactly where they
We
at.
created y'all knowledge. We created y'all science. We created y'all math. Y'all didn't do shit besides steal. Y'all didn't do anything to your... You guys didn't make shit. You guys touch children. You guys fuck.
Showing them the door.
We walking them to the door, y'all. I don't even know how they got on campus. We gonna figure that out, but I don't know. They need to get like a trespass, like penalty or something because
Sending them off.
Tell him this dead boy. He thought he was gonna come up like Charlie
Yes.
Kirk, man.
yes.
Trying to make it.
Say good job, TSU.
Good job. Shout out to my good.
MAGA supporters in
Timu Charlie Kirk is literally taking me out. I'm trying. I'm really trying with you, Tam Leo. But Timu Charlie Kirk is like I can't even, like, I literally cannot even look at it. I honestly can't. Like, I can't even look at it because the whole Timu Charlie Kirk is like literally doing me in. It really is. Why don't they go to Oral Roberts University? Because they want to antagonize black people. They want to antagonize black people, and they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing, and then they turned around and started playing dumb. It's like, listen, we get that you're dumb, but you know damn well what you were doing. You know damn well what you were doing. Now, listen, y'all. Look. I want to talk to y'all about this, but I actually want to do it when we live on YouTube because bandits need to be dragged. Right here with Plies. Did y'all see this from Plies? He gonna say it's not black men shooting from the roofs. Yeah, black men are just shooting from the car windows. They might not shoot from the roof, but they definitely will do it from the car window or the house window. Trying to kill a black man. They may not be shooting from the roof, but they definitely the only group of... We'll do this on YouTube. Yeah, we'll do this on YouTube. Because Plies is over here out of his goddamn mind. And then did y'all see this lady here too? She killed herself because she was left a single mother to 3 kids. Now, I don't know why after her first kid, I don't know how she got to a 3rd kid. But I want to talk about this too. Because this lady could have saved herself a whole lot of trouble by only having 1 kid. Yeah, black men got black women suffering, but black women also have themselves suffering. Okay, so these are... Look, women are, when racist women of no color are still doing what they do. Look at this. Like, look at this.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Look at them.
Okay, but I have a code to get in here and I deliver. So why are you even coming in here? So what's the problem?
She know what she doing and she playing victim.
UPS and Amazon don't come through here. We have our own codes. So,
I've never seen them come through.
well,
And see, she want to act dumb. Like, this is what these women do.
All right, so why is that your issue? Why is that your
That's
problem?
what we've been
Are you in
saying.
danger?
No. I'm
Okay,
not
so
in
why are you here? Why are you being a Karen? Why?
I'm so not a Karen.
Yes, you are.
She can't
Because
help
why
being
are
a
you
Karen.
sitting
It's in
here?
her
Is this your
DNA. She
package?
literally cannot help
So
it.
why are you worried about it? Why? Would I got a bomb? I'm going to shoot up everybody?
Oh my God, no.
Okay then, so why are you here? Why are you so threatened by it?
I'm not threatened by
So
you.
you leave. So when you leave, what does that mean? What am I going to do? Take a computer?
No.
So why are you here then?
I'm not sure why you're so upset with
Because
me.
you're being racist, ma'am.
I'm so not racist.
Yes, you are.
It didn't matter what. It doesn't matter what you are.
So
if you're not
why do I have customer notes on here to give me the code to tell me to come in and leave the package here? So why did you have to police it?
I didn't realize.
I just told you that 30 times, and you sit there and tell me, "Oh, I'm not aware of that. I don't know that. I'm not aware of that." That's what you keep saying. So keep going. Come on. You won't go viral. So go ahead. This is not your package. I'm here to deliver it. I'm at Amazon, and you got an issue. So go ahead.
I have absolutely no.
So
issue
why are
with
you here, ma'am? Why?
Because she's
what
the
we have been
Karen.
told to do.
Oh, no.
By the manager of the building, by the president of our association.
You see how condescending she is?
No, I don't want to see those. I've been delivering for years. What do I need to see your rules for? I deliver out here all the time. Why is this the only building that has to do that? Why are you policing it? Go ahead, man. Keep going.
Do you want?
Keep going. Keep going. I'm telling you. Trump got y'all out here losing it. Go ahead. And you're still here. You can just go. You're still here.
I live in this building. Why
It
do I have to
doesn't.
go somewhere?
So why do I? So why
And
do
you,
I
yeah,
have
they're
to
like,
sit here
yeah,
and
no,
wait
they
to see you
really
have to
like,
leave?
this is a mental illness that this lady have.
I thought you
And
were-
ain't nobody
But why
convincing me
you have- Why you have
otherwise.
to wait too? Why you have to worry about it? Maybe I want to take it upstairs and take it to their apartment. Now what? What are you gonna do? Exactly.
You can never be that bored. And like this is just what they do, and it literally
Ladies,
makes
you
no
wanna follow
sense.
me? Come on. Follow me. Come right with me. Come on. Come follow me. Come follow me right up here. If that's what you want to do, come on. Come follow me.
I'm not following you.
Come follow me. Yeah, that's what. And you're
I'm
going
so
to
not following you.
and you're going viral.
Like I'm literally not wasting all this time on a geriatric Becky show.
And wait for me until I drop off a package. The other guy that walked in, he had nothing to say. Nothing. Don't, yeah. Go ahead. Go.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay, but I have a code to get in here.
And listen, I don't have that much time for Becky and her shenanigans.
Amazon don't come through you.
I don't have that much time to deal with Becky and her shenanigans. Bottom line is Becky would end up just getting dragged. Like, I just don't have patience for Becky. I really don't.
Because you're an illegal and you know what?
Did we go over this?
Because you're an illegal.
Did we go over this angry Rapture? I don't know if we did, but did we go over this yesterday? Did we go over this angry Rapture? Y'all let me know. Did we go over this yesterday?
Oh, and you know what? You don't live in Plymouth and you're door dashing. You know what? Why are you entitled to be here with an illegal car?
Oh boy. Flower Mound, Texas is where this.
Y'all know she going up into the Rapture too. But anyway, y'all look. Okay, let's start on YouTube because we got some really actually funny videos to go over with this Rapture thing. And I actually kind of want to get into the logistics of it. Yeah, you know, it's funny when you go into Rapture talk and Left Behind, which we go visit on there. It's funny, but when you think about it in terms of how people who are in cults, which Christianity is the largest cult that the world has ever seen. It's the most diabolical cult that the world has ever seen. It's the most demonic cult. I need to get my side boob in. Do y'all be dealing with side boob? I have a bra too that was dealing with side boob right here, but let me just put this here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we'll just do that. Anyway, we'll just hide it like that. So yeah. Yeah, I want to get into like a really in-depth discussion about this because what I'm noticing, because I've been on TikTok, what I'm noticing, there's a lot of discussions happening about religion, Christianity specifically. And I remember when I used to be on YouTube talking about Christianity, going into the slave mindedness behind it, and I remember getting attacked. I remember getting attacked for it. And now I feel like now is the best time for people to really start picking apart and dismantling and having discussions about religion, especially when you have a whole entire political movement and presidential administration running on religious ideology. So yeah, let me go in here and turn these to public, because we got a lot to get into. We got a whole lot to get into. We really do. You will be ninja watching today. The fact that we're serious about the rapture is crazy. Oh yeah, no, we gonna go into a number of different videos. We about to go really into this, because the rapture for me is something that, y'all know I grew up as a Christian. Y'all know I grew up as a Christian. I said I grew up as a Christian, singing in the church. And my mom had formed a group out of me and my siblings. And we would sing in the church. One time when we were homeless, we lived in the church. We went to Bible studies on Wednesdays, on Sundays, we went to youth programs. So we were entrenched in the church. We were entrenched, but I always had a problem with Christianity. I never felt like I resonated with it. I never really felt like it was for me when I would read it and memorize the scriptures, because my mom will require us to memorize scriptures and recite them back to her. Or we would memorize scriptures, we would take one scripture, we would all memorize it, and then we would talk about the scripture during Bible study. So my mom really had us immersed in the church, but the church and the Bible is nothing I ever agree with. I never agree with it, ever. I always thought most of it was dumb, most of it didn't make no sense, most of it was contradictory. I didn't start hearing about the rapture until I was with, I don't do organized religion, pretty litty. I don't do religion unless somebody can prove to me that these religious figures and deities actually exist. I'm not one that's suitable for religion, because the reason why religion isn't compatible with my brain is because you can't just tell me anything and hand me a book and then not have any proof of the validity of that book, and then I'm still just believing it. So Christianity would have never worked for me. Organized religion would never work for me, because I require proof. I require proof. And religion is not for people who require proof. Religion is for faith-based believers. And the reason it's for faith-based believers is because it doesn't stand up to anything. The reason why Christianity is heavily built up based on fear and faith is because, and the reason I'm saying fear is because one thing Yanni said, and shout out to Yanni, because I was watching her video on the rapture, which I'm glad she did one. One point that Yanni made that's very good that I think a lot of people don't really take into account, and I want to go further on her point. I want to elaborate on it. One thing Yanni said that is 100% true is that she said, if you notice, with these people who are talking about the rapture is very much fear-based. Even though it's supposed to be a good thing, it's supposed to be we going home to the Father. We finally, God is coming to basically Scotty beam me up, basically. But yet everybody was fearful. Everybody was crying. Everybody was focused on who's getting left behind, rather than focusing on them reuniting with their God. And what I want to expand on it, I want to expand on it to say, not only is it's fear-based and fear and faith-based. Most people, when they come into Christianity, they don't come into Christianity with a sound mind and a sound emotional state. That's not how they're introduced to Christianity. What you typically hear is that a person came to Christianity either through inheriting it from their family, which we already know a lot of black people, the way you became Christians is you inherited it from your family. So they either inherited it from their family or they came to it through some way of trauma. You never hear people saying, I discovered Christianity by way of a process of doing extensive research and then analyzing everything. You typically hear them say, oh, a family member died, or that person went to prison and found God. But they never find God during any happy, joyous moment. They never find God through research. They never find God with a sound mind and a stable emotional state. People usually find religion through trauma and emotional instability. Hold on, y'all. And usually people find God generally through trauma. That's how you hear them. Through trauma or through some fear-based situation. But it's never anybody finding God through intellectualism. It's never, I went on a spiritual journey. I traveled the world to find the answers to humanity's origins, and I ran up to Christianity. It's never someone set me down and explained the origins of this to me, validated it with tangible and intangible evidence, proved to me that this God exists, and then I adopted the belief system. That's not how people are coming into this religion. They're coming into this religion by way of fear, by way of trauma, and by way of emotional instability. I can't help but notice that everybody who was attracted to this religion did not come by way of a sound mind or any type of research. They came through manipulation, fear, trauma, or some life-altering negative situation. That's usually how they find God. Yep, or women looking for a husband. Yep, people turn to Buddhism when they deconstruct. People go to Muslim ideology and they get linked up with the Nation of Islam in prison. So it took you committing crimes and going to a very hostile, demonic place to find God. You couldn't just find God in a place of peace, joy, and serenity. You couldn't just meditate and then God come reveal him, herself, or whatever. It has to be through some form of trauma or fear. That's the way you have to enter into this. You can't enter into it happily. And so that's what I noticed about Christianity. Now, y'all also know I said that in my late 20s, possibly early 30s, is when I separated from Christianity. The reason I separated is because, number one, the amount of sheer hypocrisy among Christians. Typically, when you meet a Christian, you are not meeting a good person. You are meeting a very manipulative, very gaslighting, very narcissistic person. That's what you're going to be meeting when you meet the average Christian. They're going to be highly self-righteous, condescending, deceptive. And all of the traits of the devil is what you're going to find in your average Christian. That's what you're going to find. You're going to find divisiveness. You're going to find anger. Christians are not happy people. If you raise your hand if you've met a happy Christian. Put a 1 in the chat box if you've met a happy Christian. Because I ain't never met no happy Christian. Jim Yoga said, yes, yes, yes. Her name is Mimi. I swear I met this woman and she said she was a Christian and my time next door to her was hell. Yeah, because when somebody introduced himself as a Christian, just know that they're a manipulative lying demon. That's generally what you go find. Most Christians aren't actually both again. Yeah, most Christians are miserable, nasty, angry, and judgmental. And if you think about how Christianity functions based on fear, negativity, if you don't do this, you going to hell, shaming, ostracization, division. Everything that Christianity brought has been negative. Now, y'all can ponder this question as we're going over this rapture stuff, because I want to ask again, and I've asked this many times, can anybody name one good thing that Christianity or any religion has brought to humanity? Can anybody mention one thing that Christianity has brought that is positive? One thing positive that Christianity has brought to humanity? And listen, y'all can think about that while we continue. Because I didn't hear about the rapture until I was like in my teenage years. And I remember my mom used to go get the Left Behind movies. And granted, the Left Behind series are good movies. I enjoy watching them. Heavily fear-based. Heavily fear-based. There was no silver lining. There was no positive outcome in the Left Behind movies. And again, they didn't focus on the Christians and the good people who went up in the rapture. The sole focus was the people who didn't go in the rapture. So even that was negative based. It was heavily based on Satan's interactions with the people who did not make it into the rapture. So everything about it is negative. Everything about it is based on fear. Everything about it is trauma inducing, triggered by trauma. Even the Christians didn't go in the rapture, even pastors. Yeah, why would they go? Because they're corrupt. Yeah, constantly using Bible verses to gaslight the hell out of you. Yeah, they use Christianity to manipulate and scare people into doing what they want them to do. That's what they do. But I didn't hear about it until I was a teenager, and I mostly remember the theme of it is, if you don't do this, if you don't live your life being in fear of not going to the rapture, then you're not going into the rapture. And to be honest, my mom got caught up in some of that judgmentalness too. Actually, now it's making me remember I'm going to have to write, I'm going to have a chapter on how Christianity showed up in our upbringing when we were having hard times. I'm gonna have to rework that chapter, because I'm gonna have to include some stuff about religion in there. Because when we were, let me just say this, when we were homeless, raise your hand if you think it was Christians that was helping us. Raise your hand if you think we were mostly getting help from Christians when we were homeless. Mind you, my mom, even though she barely had money to feed her kids, she was tithing the churches. She was tithing the churches. Do you think any of them helped her get a job? They knew she had a bunch of kids. No. Do you think the church helped her get a place to stay for all of her kids? No. No, did nothing. Even though my mom was a faithful tither, even though my mom was ridiculously a Christian, it was annoying. Literally, me and my mom didn't get along a lot when I was growing up, because of how much of a Christian she was. And honestly, she would use it for fear-based shame too. My mom would always use the "we going to hell" and the devil is this, and y'all on the side with the devil and she on the side with God over here. And so all it brings is a bunch of division. All it brings is a bunch of division. Now, I will tell you one contradiction of the Bible is the notion that every person has gotten redemption through Jesus dying for their sins. So in that case, then there will be nobody left behind, because all humans were supposed to be saved through the blood of Jesus automatically. So really, there shouldn't be a left behind series, because according to the Bible, Jesus already died for everybody's sins and to save their souls. So everybody should automatically be going up in the rapture. Everybody should automatically be going up in the rapture, according to that Bible. Mind you, the rapture came after the construction of the Bible. You said, I can't lie, Father Thomas was a wonderful person who did help us, but I was grown by then. My mother was never into teaching us the rapture or the church that I went to. Yeah, well, one of the common misconceptions is that the rapture is just a white U.S. thing, and it's not. It's definitely a global thing among Christians. But I'm going to play this video because here's the thing.
Got them all.
I really do think that all of this rapture nonsense is tied to the current political climate. I think that when people are in circumstances that they really don't understand and they're losing hope, I think they tend to cling to religion, although I don't know why. Religion doesn't do anything. Religion is what's fueling all of the... religion is literally what's fueling the demonic regime that we see now. Religion is fueling that. But when I first heard of the rapture, literally one day I got on TikTok because I was looking at videos on TikTok trying to find some of these debates that be going on. And I start seeing a bunch of videos about the rapture and people saying the rapture was coming. And I think I heard about the rapture coming on Monday, and then the rapture was supposed to come on that Tuesday. So on Monday, I heard about the rapture. Tuesday was supposed to be the day of the rapture. And then Wednesday was supposed to be the last day of the rapture. I guess God gave them a 2-day period, kind of like a Prime Day sale. God done set up here and said, here, I'm going to give y'all a 2-day window when I'm supposed to come down and swoop y'all up. Even though the Bible says nobody is going to know the date and time, Christians overrode that and said they cracked the code to the rapture. Now, by Tuesday, I had found out that the rapture was this dude right here started the rapture rumor. Yeah, the Prime Day rapture. Yes, they gave him a Prime Day rapture. And we go get the rapture. They're the phase 1 rapture and phase 2 rapture. Hey, Stormy. Yeah, Storm, not only that. Okay, let's get into this real quickly, Storm, since you're here. Not only what time zone was it going to happen on, because we are in different time zones. White people expecting a white Jesus. Black people said that they had a black Jesus, although they have no problem worshiping a white Jesus. So I don't know if black people's black male Jesus showed up, which if y'all's Jesus is black, he definitely ain't showing up. So my thing is, well, how many different Jesuses are we seeing? How many different rapture that's going to take place? Because it sounds like the rapture is going to be separate but equal, where white people are going to be getting raptured by a white Jesus. Black people will be getting raptured by a black, maybe white. Okay, maybe he'll be biracial Jesus, fine. Black people getting raptured by a biracial Jesus. Maybe Asians are got an Asian Jesus, maybe. Maybe, because you damn sure ain't gonna convince me that white people believe that the same God who rapturing them is rapturing you. No. And based on white people's rapture videos, I can tell you white people think that they are literally the determinants of who getting raptured and who ain't. According to white people, their own kids ain't getting raptured. So that's my question, how many different Jesus is coming and how many raptures are y'all looking for? Like, how many raptures are we doing? Well, what we doing with the rapture? Getting raptured into KKK heaven? No, but surely y'all ain't saying that black people getting raptured by the same God as white people, because then we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. And Houston, we got a big problem. We got a big problem if you think that white people's God is rapturing black people. Because I know y'all don't think y'all serving the same God as Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump. Because that God ain't coming to get no black people. That God don't even like white immigrants, and definitely ain't about to get no black people. So I just need to know, I don't think that they panned out the logistics here of this rapture. But let's see if it can be explained in this video here. Let's listen to this video, because this is where the rumor started with this bandit here out of South Africa, always spreading misinformation. Let's play it.
What people will hear is God revealing his plan
to his people,
to the people of the world.
Yeah.
God took me to see the future, and then he brought me back. And then heaven, in a throne room.
So God took him to the future, brought him back. God came down in a DeLorean, took him back to the future, brought him back here, and then told him this is when, I guess he took him to the future to see when the rapture was going to happen. And then he took him back to the future in the DeLorean, and then he got on Twitter and started telling y'all that this is how that happened.
I see Jesus sitting on his throne, and I could hear him very loud and clear. I am coming soon. And to the people who are listening, please pay attention to what I'm going to say. He says to me, on the 23rd and the 24th, 2025, I will come to take my church.
There's a date.
There is a date.
Everyone, today I decided to make a video about...
Like I said, Jesus done gave him the dates. Because the Prime Day sale is from October 8th to 9th. So I guess we got the Rapture, and then we got the Prime Day sale. So I guess maybe for the people who get left behind, I guess y'all can enjoy the Prime Day sale after the Rapture, because the Rapture will be coming on the 23rd and the 24th, and then on the 8th and the 9th there's the Prime Day sale. Okay? So that's what we doing.
Some of the Rapture confirmations I've heard from other people's testimonies. I've screenshotted some comments of different people's testimonies, and I thought I would compile them all into a list. So we're going to get started with this one. My 5-year-old son Jackson told me this morning, he said, 38 more days, mama, and Jesus is coming. And the comment says, that comes to September 24th. Another comment says,
Do y'all see how all it took was the word of a bandit for people to sell their houses, give their car to CP, give their kids to CPS, and give away their money? All it took was the word of a bandit. Now, when I pull up this article that shows you there's a negative correlation between religious belief systems and intellect, I need you to keep this in mind. The word of one man. He didn't give any mathematical equations. He didn't give any locations. He didn't tell you the time zone, what Jesus is going to be wearing. Clearly, Jesus only took him into the future, then brought him back to the future, and just told him it's going to be on the 23rd and 24th. Didn't give a time date, didn't give a location, didn't even give a time zone that he going to be on. And automatically, people start giving their kids to CPS and selling their homes off the word of a bandit. Off the word of a bandit. But you want to say that a study that says there's a negative correlation between religious belief and intellect and intelligence, you want to sit there and tell me that that's a lie? But you got people who gave their damn kids to CPS to go in the rapture based on somebody's name. And mind you, they ain't even proven that this God exists. There's no proof that this God exists. The only proof they have that this God exists is their pastor's word and the Bible. and some scrolls that ain't nobody seen. But other than that, there's no proof that this God actually exists. So you have a God that ain't being proven to exist and a rapture that didn't happen, based on the word of one man.
I had a dream about the rapture. Jesus told me he is coming this September. And then he said the number 23. So excited. I have rapture dreams all the time, but not like this.
In August, I came across my first video on TikTok as I was scrolling through, drinking my cup of coffee, about the Feast of Trumpets 2025 being the day that the rapture could very well take place. I came across the one that had a dream, and it had that date on there, and they had confirmation from God. And I thought, well, that was interesting, and I saved it, but just went about my day.
It is time to fight. You have made it now. You have made it here. You have made it on 22. You have made it at this time, at this period of time. It is time to fight. It is time to put the full armor of God now. It is time to say, I am leaving this world behind. It is time for you to understand that nothing is going to stop me from being raptured. If it's clothes, I'm going to throw them away. If it's this, I'm going to throw everything away. I am going to be prepared for my Lord and Savior. I can't afford to be left behind.
Jesus. That guy is coming. They've been waiting for him for over 2,000 years. But guess what? Now is the time for him to come. People have been hearing about this rapture claims for years and years and years. Nothing has happened. But guess what? It is finally happening. Guys, as an atheist, I don't believe in any of these things. I'm putting this video here so that I will come back on the 25th and tell you, I told you so. There is no rapture taking place. These people are just fearmongers. These people just try to scare people into believing this nonsense. Enough is enough. Hopefully we will call out these people who claim that the rapture is going to take place. And we need to name and shame every last one of them. It's not going to happen. I will be back to tell you, I told you so. Everywhere you go, it's rapture this, rapture that. Stop it. There is no rapture taking place. It's a farce. It's a lie. It's a scam. No. We need to push back and say no more. What Jesus? What Jesus is coming? From where to where now?
Right.
He's not coming. Just accept it and let us move. But these preachers, Joshua, whatever is his name, and all the other people, shame on all of you.
Raise your hand if you've met Jesus or you know of anybody who has met Jesus. Ever in history. Let's ask ChatGPT if there's any eyewitness accounts of Jesus ever. Has there ever been any documented eyewitness accounts of Jesus? And if so, can it pull it up? Let's just see. Because there's something that's telling me no, there are no independent contemporary eyewitness accounts outside of Christian scripture that directly document Jesus performing miracles during his lifetime. Is there any documentation of his existence? Are there any documented eyewitness accounts of Jesus' existence, past, present, or future on the planet? Because if ain't nobody seen bruh, how do y'all even know he exists? None. Contemporary eyewitness counts. Here's the clearest answer historians can give you. Contemporary eyewitness accounts, none survive. No diary, letter, government record, or inscription from someone who personally met Jesus during his life has not been found. The Gospels contain stories of eyewitness testimony, but the actual written text are decades later. Near contemporary references, Josephus mentions Jesus twice in the Antiquities of the Jews. He wasn't an eyewitness. He lived after Jesus' death. One passage praises Jesus as a wise man, but scholars agree it was at least partially edited by later Christians. So, ain't nobody on earth ever seen Jesus. Nobody, nowhere, never can confirm that this dude even exists. But people literally gave their children to CPS over this rapture. And it ain't just white people, and it ain't just in the U.S. Let's go to Africa. A prophet from South Africa said September 25th, 23rd was the second coming of Christ. So the members gathered ready to be raptured. Look at these. So what do y'all think, what race do y'all think the Jesus that they looking for is going to turn up as? Because you ain't going to see Jesus if Jesus is a spirit. Jesus has to inhabit a human body. And it's going to look like something. They waiting for the rapture. Down the mountain when Jesus didn't show up. That was awkward. Because Jesus ain't show up. So we guess Jesus is actually black. Because y'all's absentee daddy said he ain't coming back. He told y'all he went to get some milk. Y'all should have knew what was up. Y'all's daddy left to go get some milk 2,000 years ago and ain't showed up since. And y'all convince yourself that y'all's absentee sky daddy is gonna come back. He went to go get a gallon of milk, y'all, okay? He went to go get a gallon of milk. Look at this, because here's the thing. One of the things that I find really most fascinating is white people's mentality when it comes to this rapture. Because in nearly every video that I've watched, white people know definitively who is and who ain't going up in the rapture. And usually they know they're going up in the rapture. Their children aren't, gay people aren't, their pets aren't, and black people ain't. So now I'm confused. I need to know what Jesus are we waiting on? Are we waiting on the Jesus of white people, the Jesus of black people? Like, well, what we doing? But look at this rapturing. Woman tipped 2 servers $1,077 because the rapture was coming. Returned after the eclipse to demand her money back. The most vile people think they going up into some rapture.
Because she was convinced the eclipse was the rapture, and then returned the day after the eclipse to demand her. A Florida woman tipped hundreds of dollars because she was convinced the eclipse was the rapture, and then returned the day after the eclipse to demand her money back. Because of course she did. The server shared in a Reddit post that the woman tipped her $300 on a $40 check, and then wrote on the receipt, "In case you don't rise on April 8th," and returned 2 days later and tipped another server $777, because that's God's number, of course. The server was so shocked he even had a manager go verify the tip with her, because she was obviously delusional, but she quickly confirmed it. Now, I don't know about you, but I, for one, was shocked to find out that an eclipse mathematically predicted by the Babylonians did not turn out to be the moment that God sucks up all of his best believers into heaven through his celestial bendy straw. Who could have seen this coming? Certainly not this woman, because instead of admitting she'd been duped, she returned to the restaurant and accused the servers of fraud and tampering with her tip, which the server explained is literally impossible, because at their restaurant, they hand the credit card machine over to the customer and have them select the tip themselves. This, of course, did not satisfy the woman, who pitched a fit, then angrily stormed climbed out to her Mercedes just as Christ would have done. Naturally, people couldn't help but laugh at this situation, especially since many Bible scholars say the rapture isn't even in the Bible. It's an invention by theologian John Nelson Darby based on misinterpretations of certain Bible verses. These misinterpretations, and especially the notion of being left behind by the rapture, have been used as a cudgel for decades to scare Christians into adherence. Speaking from experience as someone who was raised this way, it's been deeply traumatic for many. Of course, before long, the propagators of this myth will have a new event slated to be the end of the world that will once again have the devout needlessly on edge. Or, berating restaurant servers for the rapture tips they left.
Grown adults were doing this over
We
the
done made it
rapture.
through the rapture, ain't it? On today the last day that it could have possibly happened. I'm looking at y'all and y'all looking at me. Ain't found them ones that said that they was gonna be up out of here. The ones that sold their vehicles, that then told their children bye-bye, got them all damn scared. They ain't nowhere to be found. They alright? Maybe they did go somewhere. And I was a little leery because, I know that Jesus is coming back, but I don't think he's going to tell none of us when. If there's still a few of y'all out there that need to get rid of some of y'all's things y'all needed to be held on to, just holler at me. I take real good care of it. I hold on to all your monies, vehicles, anything you need. I'll hold on to it till you get back.
Oh, hey, Khadijah. You must have just came, Deja. Good seeing you here. So, Deja, they got the rapture date from a bandit in South Africa. A South African pastor said God took him to the future.
I thought they said the rapture supposed to be here. And I thought it's supposed to be nighttime. I've been out here since 7 o'clock. I'm going to ask Jesus. See, y'all made me broke my Bible case. I'm going to ask Jesus about some stuff in the Bible. Y'all wrong for this. Y'all probably, I'm not listening to y'all Peter pop out false prophets no more. And your breath look like it's stunk in it.
Did somebody go check that all-white town in Arkansas? Y'all, maybe white Jesus went and took all those white people out of that all-white town in Arkansas. Maybe they got raptured by white Jesus. But my question is, where is black Jesus meeting black people out? Because maybe y'all just didn't get the rapture meetup spot correct. Maybe y'all had the wrong rapture meetup spot. Maybe black people showed up to where white people were supposed to be getting raptured. Y'all showed up to white people's Jesus and rapture event, not yours. But black people got a different rapture meeting spot. And it kind of sounds like y'all just missed a rapture meetup. And maybe y'all just didn't get taken in it.
Doing videos. Y'all low down for this. Made me break my case. I want to lick.
Why do you guys... Why does he have a suitcase? Why does he got a suitcase for the rapture?
Up about this rapture, y'all. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, people sold their houses. Like, as somebody who grew up, like, in an intense Christian environment on my dad's side, like, that shit was shoved down my throat. And, like, I always felt some type of way about it. Like, and this is no, like, shade to anyone's beliefs. Like, believe what you want. I just genuinely think that, like, religion gets taken too far sometimes, and it genuinely just hurts my soul because you're just taking something and kind of creating it into this, like, negative thing or this out-of-pocket irrational belief, and it's just sad. Anyways, I digress. Like, I say this to say it's just, like, it really hurts my soul. Like, I'm just really sitting here thinking about the people who genuinely, like, got prepared, sold their houses, like, got ready, and it just didn't happen. And, like, I texted my dad, and my dad was like, well, no one knows what day or time it's going to be. Like, it could be later. And, like, I'm just like, that's so, like, it just makes me really sad. And I just wonder, like, how they're all feeling about it and if they feel, like, betrayed, you know? I don't know. I just don't buy into it. As far as, like, this deep belief, I respect everyone's belief, I truly do, but, like, at the same time, like, again, like I said, it just gets taken too far and out of context, and I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, but I don't know, I feel really sad for them. Like, that's so sad. Like, they're probably sitting there feeling so, like, abandoned. I don't know. It's not funny. It's really sad. But at the same time, I just was like, I'm kind of like, I was right. A part of me, I'm sorry, I gotta say, I just was like, I was right, you know. And my dad, like, checked his calendar, was like, it says it's on my calendar, like, it was supposed to happen today. I'm sorry. Oh my god, I do feel bad. I do feel bad, but at the same time, like I can't help but like
laugh. Like for real, because it's like
Rapture.
how are you writing on your calendar Rapture Day? We about to tell ChatGPT to pull up this study, analyze it, and put it in the context of this rapture craze. About the link between the negative correlation between religious belief and intelligence. Because y'all ain't gonna tell me that something intellectually wrong with these grown adults who are selling their homes and giving their if you gave your children to CPS because of a rapture, you just didn't want your kid. And then, yeah, there's a lady one of the ladies who gave her kid to CPS for the rapture said she ain't going to get it back. It's like, ma'am, if you ain't gonna go get your kid back, then you just didn't want no kid. You using the rapture as an excuse. Like, how you gonna sit there and say you ain't gonna go fight to get your kids back? Then you just didn't want no kids. Then you just didn't want no kids. The rapture is now an excuse for you to do what you wanted to do. Like, girl, I cannot. Y'all know I gotta play this again because it's super funny.
Talk. What happened? It is 7:45 a.m. on September 23rd. Are you motherfuckers still here? Don't worry, I'll answer it. Yes, you're still fucking here because the rapture is not fucking real. If only it was, and they could have scooped all you Charlie Kirk t-shirt wearing motherfuckers the fuck up out of here and give the rest of us some goddamn peace. But alas, most of you, all of you, are still fucking here to annoy normal people. So come on, tell us what happened. Why did Jesus not come and get you? Why are you still here?
Jesus
you promised
looking
us
at him.
that you were leaving. Got all our hopes up for nothing, and you crazy motherfuckers are still here.
Hold on. It's the fact that she said all that with a straight face. She said you promised us. Hold on. She said you promised us. She said you promised us you were leaving, and yet you're still here. For real. Jesus tired of looking down at him. So Jesus said I could look down on y'all and see what y'all doing. I really like look at her.
What's to come. Okay.
This is supposed to be a joyous time. They're going to meet their white Jesus, who is gonna pass the sun somehow without burning up. Fine. Is Jesus gonna combust on his way down here? Cause if he gotta pass the sun, is he gonna need like 1,000,000 grade sunscreen or what? Cause white people's Jesus is blonde hair and blue eyes. It's given he ain't gonna make it past the sun. That's what it's given. It's given he ain't gonna make it past the sun. And my question is, why are grown adults? These are grown adults. Yet another woman who should be laughing out of joy because she going to see her white Jesus. She ain't though. Yeah, crying.
Because I'm becoming overwhelmed with what's to come. And I think it's really hitting me that we are going home. And I am so sad for those who are not going with us.
She really came on here, crocodile tears and all, thinking that the rapture would have happened, and then it didn't happen. Is this really what religious psychosis is?
It's absolutely
like, I've seen J-Lo
psychosis.
have better acting than this. Not her singing, just her acting. And I'm gonna be completely real with you guys. If the rapture were to actually happen, and a lot of us were left down here, and all of them disappeared, I think the earth would be very peaceful. Like, honestly, don't threaten me with a good time, because I'll take it.
Very peaceful.
Could you imagine not having any annoying people all up in your business? Yelling at you because they don't want you to do things because it's against their religion? or like legislating laws based on their religion. And then I found another video of hers where she said this, and I'm gonna hold her to accountability on it.
You guys already know, I truly believe with all my heart we will be raptured during Feast of Trumpets this year. If there is some chance that we don't get raptured, I will come back and make an apology video for myself being deceived.
And I'm gonna be waiting for that apology video, so stay tuned. And it's not because I personally want it, it's because she said she would do it. And I wanna see if she's a woman of her word, or if she's gonna do the typical thing that they always do and move the goalpost.
She's gonna do exactly what Christians always do. We know. Look at her.
I don't know what to do.
This is a grown
I woke up
adult,
this
y'all.
morning, and everyone is still here.
Duh. Like, this is an adult, y'all. A grown person.
I donated. I sold my car. I gave away my favorite Funko Pop. Everything's gone. I guess I've heard that it could still be today, but I'm starting to worry.
Y'all, this is an adult who could. She said she gave away everything because she was going up in the rapture. Y'all, I just.
Morning, players. So it's September 24th. It's the morning after the rapture. And I'm pretty sure you guys are asking yourselves the same question that I am asking. What is going to be the explanation as to why what they said happened didn't happen? What are they going to tell their children? Because there are people that were literally
actually, I'm going to tell y'all what the explanation is. Y'all, their explanation is that the rapture didn't come because the Epstein files weren't released. That's their explanation. They said Jesus decided not to come because Trump didn't release the Epstein files. I want y'all to marinate on that.
Their children that on September 23rd, 2025, they were going to descend to the heavens. September 23rd, 2025, there are people that were literally telling their children that on September 23rd, 2025, they were going to descend to the heavens. And then anybody left behind was going to have to endure the wrath of Jesus H. Christ for the next 7 years. So when you woke up this morning and you were still alive, you weren't descended upon the golden skies, what are you going to explain? Specifically, what are you going to say to your children now that you have filled them with this? Because again, in the Bible, it says no man knows the minute, the second, nor the hour that this is supposed to take place. But you say that you knew. How do you explain that for the next 7 years? Are your kids going to live in fear for the next 7 years? I feel like that's psychological abuse.
It is.
I'm sorry.
Psychological
I have
abuse.
to say it. Like, what you said was supposed to happen didn't happen, and you also told them as a result, for the next 7 years, their life is going to be a living fucking hell. You put that into your children's life. They're going to be having immense guilt because for some reason they weren't the chosen ones that were taken up. How do you explain that? I watched a documentary about Heaven's Gate. Y'all remember them, that cult that thought that they were going to, go up into the skies, and they all ended up taking themselves out the game, saying that they had to abandon their vehicles. Y'all remember that? So I'm just wondering, what are they gonna say? Like, what is the excuse as to why what you said happened didn't happen, when it literally says in the Bible, nobody knows. I just think it's ridiculous, but funny, but ridiculous. I don't think it's funny for the children though, because I know my kids take everything I say literally, and if I had told them that, my kids wouldn't have went to sleep last night.
Yeah, listen, having your kids, because if your kids are under the impression that a rapture is coming and the people who did right are going up with God and the people who get left behind, okay, your kids are still here. So now what is your kid saying? What would your kids' understanding be? Your kids' understanding would now be, I wasn't good, which is why I'm still here. Religious psychosis.
All this prepping for the people that are left behind. And I want them to not be fooled by what they're going to be told, because we all know that there has to be an explanation for all, billions of people just vanishing in the middle of the day or middle of the night, or, depending on your time zone, I guess. So this is what we came up with. We did something, he did it, I didn't do any of it, where let me just show you. So the thought is we put this on our home screen, on our lock screen, and then when someone picks up your phone, they'll see that, and maybe, I don't know, it's just more prep. It's just more of us fighting the antichrist from heaven, if that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense to anybody, but we're trying. That's all we can do, right? Just keep trying, keep coming up with things and ways to fight the enemy. So anyways, you can use it. We don't care.
Did y'all notice how white humanity always has to have an enemy? Notice how they always have to have an enemy. There always have to be somebody against them. There always has to be somebody that get demonized. If she going into the rapture, why is she worried about fighting the enemy? Why is she worried about fighting the enemy and she's supposed to be going up into the rapture? Khadijah said the rapture didn't happen because people are selfish and didn't give me all their money. Do you know how I wish there was somebody to come give me their money? I wish, but I don't live in a state with a bunch of religious lunatics.
If you are seeing this video, you are cooked. You missed the rapture. If you were hoping the rapture was going to come so you didn't have to go to work tomorrow, I am sorry, you are cooked. You going to work. If you made social media posts happy about finally going home, I am sorry, you are cooked. You are already home. If you gave away all your belongings and money, I am sorry, you are cooked. You're going to be homeless. Now, if you are not seeing this video, congratulations. You may have been assassinated or you have been raptured. But if you are seeing this video, I am sorry, you are cooked. Now, if you lead a good life, you can still get to heaven. For the next 70 years, I am sorry, you are cooked. If you believed a random South African man spoke to Jesus in his dream, I am sorry, you are cooked. You are scam likely calls favorite customers. If you quit your job because you were ready for the rapture, I am sorry, you are God. Nobody's hiring. You go on the DoorDash. Now, if you didn't believe any of this was going to happen in the first place, congratulations, you are safe from having to make an apology video. Like for part 2.
It's boggling my mind. Like, and this lady, look at this lady. Because this is yet another white woman who knows she's going into the rapture. It's literally like doing me in. The fact that white people know for certain they are going in the rapture despite their history and current diabolical. Whose rapture are y'all going in? Satan's?
Reporting live. It is 7 a.m. September the 23rd here in Asheville, North Carolina, and I wanted to show you guys something. Check this out. I have been up since about 6 a.m. before sunrise. Actually, I think I woke up at 5 a.m. I've been watching, and I haven't seen anybody floating upwards. So maybe it hasn't happened yet.
I know she ain't
But
looking
don't
in the
worry,
sky
I'm
to see
sitting
people
out
floating
on
up.
my deck, and I will report if I see anybody floating upwards. Take care and go about your day as normal.
Y'all, she was looking in the sky because she really expected to see people floating up in the sky.
Because you're an illegal, and you know what? You don't live in Paramount, and you're door dashing. You know what? Why?
Okay, we gonna get on TikTok before I pivot. I just want to check TikTok really quickly because with the Rapture,
Your friends and
I don't know what y'all thought was going on. I really don't. I think this is what I really think. I think a bunch of people sitting up waiting to see people floating up in the air, or people sitting up thinking that a male god that they don't even know exists, thinking that this male god is going to descend from the sky and get you. It's lunacy. Bottom line is there was no evidence of this happening, just like there's no evidence that their God exists, yet they somehow thought that a God that they didn't even prove exists, they didn't even prove this God exists, but they're convinced that an unverified God is going to come rapture you. You're a grown old woman, definitely over half of 100. Cause y'all saw that lady, y'all know she definitely over half of 100, looking in the damn sky like an idiot, waiting to see people floating up in a rapture. If you don't get your dumb ass in the house, and if you ever go outside and record yourself looking up at the sky, talking about you're looking to see if you see people floating up in the damn rapture. So I asked y'all a question. Has anybody proven that this God exists? Please put a 1 in the chat box if this God has been proven to exist. And please, if y'all see my address and you want more content, please, you see the address scrolling across the screen. So if you want more content, go subscribe to me on Patreon. Joyelle says, should I go to the thrift store that some right-wing millionaire donate her Birkin bag? Matter of fact, let me go to Real right now. Actually, you know, I might do that and see if anybody took their luxury goods and took them to like a Goodwill or something, pending the rapture. Was it mostly women who believed in it? No, a bunch of men did too. Hold on, let me put that in here. The rapture. Look. Here this lady, she came back. This lady came back to justify her point. Because Christians are going to be Christians.
It looks like Feast of Trumpets Rapture has been in our face in scripture the whole time. Okay, guys. So, last fall, after Feast of Trumpets, the Lord led me to a chapter in the Bible, and I have studied the heck out of it ever since then. I was trying to tie it.
I won't entertain this lady. I won't entertain her no more. Rapture apology.
Wednesday, September 25th. You know, I think at this point it's safe to say that the rapture isn't going to happen. And I've been really struggling to make this video. Like, to have to come on here and admit that I was wrong. To apologize for the number of times that I tried to explain to people, you know, like how to make the first round draft pick. Now,
didn't I tell y'all? She tried to explain. Mind you, she have not went up in anybody's rapture. Mind you, she ain't been raptured herself. But she was trying to tell people how to make the first round draft Rapture pics. It's like, bitch, you didn't even go up in a rapture. Like, you didn't even make the first round pick. You literally got left behind. But you were arrogant enough to say that you were trying to tell people how to make it. Look.
Times that I tried to explain to people, apologize for the number of times that I tried to explain to people, like how to make the first round draft pick. Now, I just don't even know how to explain, like, that's show business, baby.
I don't know why it's having a hard time playing this video.
Today is Wednesday, September 25th. My husband is an angel, and he deserves the world. And you know what else he deserves? A Switch 2. Pokemon Za. And thanks to your foolishness, I will be getting those for him. Today is Wednesday, September 25th. I think at this point it's safe to say.
Well, good morning, guys. I wanted to apologize. Obviously, it's the 25th, the morning of the 25th, and I'm still here. The rapture didn't happen. It not happening has really got me thinking. It's got me thinking outside the box, outside of what my church has told me. That maybe, like, we've got it wrong. Like, maybe modern Christianity doesn't have it quite what Jesus actually meant. Like, where did the Bible come from in the first place?
You should have been asking that question.
Over a council picked and chose what passages, what books to use. Like, they didn't have the New Testament when Jesus was around. He was Jewish. They used the Torah. They used the Old Testament. And so it was like I don't know, the Romans perhaps, put together this book that would keep us kind of docile. Because what are some of the core tenets of the book in the modern Christianity, and what's highlighted is, it's like that one, we need a savior, that we need someone to help us, we need someone to rapture us or whatever, to come down and save us from this terribleness, which kind of keeps us disconnected, keeps us from trying to make a better world. And not only that, but it makes us feel small, like we're sinners, we're bad, right? And it just makes, I don't know, it just like, when I think that I'm a sinner and I'm bad, it makes me think that, like, I can't trust myself, that I can't trust my intuition or my Holy Spirit, if you will, because, I'm bad. What if it's just the sin talking? And so I put all of my energy outside of myself. I put all my energy saying, like, what does the pastor think? What does my church think? What does everyone else think? And I don't value what I think, what God's giving me. Because, like, one of the things that Jesus says over and over was that our body is a temple, right? Heaven was within us.
All right, I'm tired of him. He coming to a revelation.
The reason why I'm still alive, it's because of the sky.
She says she been waiting. It says, I have been waiting to be raptured since yesterday. I've been watching the sky and haven't seen anything yet. Please tell me it's still happening. Jesus, don't do this to me. Please, I need to be with you. This is religious psychosis. There's just no way. There's no way y'all ain't gonna convince me. This is a white person really thinking there's a God that's coming to get her. I don't think this is forced fake crying. Her whole face red.
Now, if you didn't get raptured today, the first thing you want to do is don't panic, because you still might be in the queue to be raptured. And don't worry, I don't expect to be raptured because I've misbehaved all year long. And so I will be dropping tutorials on what to do after the rapture and how to survive the rapture. So you can see this woman here. This is actual footage of a woman being raptured today. Now, if you didn't get raptured today, the first thing you want to do is don't panic, because you still might be in the queue to be raptured. And don't worry, I don't expect to be raptured because I've misbehaved all year long. And so I will be dropping tutorials on what to do after the rapture and how to survive the rapture. So you can see this woman here went to go get her newspaper, noticed there was something in the sky, and then vanished. There was nothing suspicious about that. She just disappeared and now is in heaven with the Lord. The only problem is she didn't have a towel on her. She's probably standing there naked before our Lord and Savior, and that's pretty awkward. So if you plan on being raptured today or think you will be raptured, you definitely want to carry a towel. That way you can cover yourself up in heaven and you won't be subjected to indecent exposure, because that could get you sent back down to earth. If you expect to be raptured today, the best advice is to stand perfectly still. You don't want to get your arms cut off by the laser beams. And always remember to not be petty while being raptured, because that will immediately get you unraptured. Hope this helps. This is actual footage of a woman being raptured today.
I literally hate whoever made this. That tells you how much of a...
So my goodbyes to my family, because Jesus is coming back tomorrow is my whole For You page. If you are scared, that's okay. But as a Christian, let me tell you why that's not happening tomorrow and why you're okay. For starters, the rapture is not and will never be planned out for humans to know. That's not something we will ever know. Ever. Period. Second of all, most importantly, if it causes you fear, anxiety, depression, that's not from God. If a
He will never publicly talk about the rapture again.
Alrighty, folks. The rapture didn't happen
Yeah,
like
no shit.
I said it would, and I promised that when it didn't happen, by the time that I said it would, that I would upload a video of me publicly apologizing and repenting.
Definitely
So the
not
rapture
just
didn't happen.
women.
And the lady who just got out of my car chose violence this morning. We're driving down the road and she says, "Do you know why I had to use Uber this morning?" And I said, "No, why?" And she said, "I sold my car for the rapture." And I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And she said, "Should have known that would be your answer." And I was like, "Pardon?" And she said, "You don't love the Lord, do you?"
Should definitely.
"Ma'am." "What?" I said, "Yeah, I love the Lord a lot." She said, "Did you think the rapture was going to happen?" And I said, "Honestly, no." And she said, "Yeah, so you're not a real Christian." Okay. Y'all, I try to be so nice. I really want a tip. I do, because I need money to pay bills. And I...
I don't even know what to say.
I don't
Listen,
either.
Y'all out in the forest looking at the sun.
This is
If
lunatic.
you shout louder, if you give him a hallelujah, he's gonna come. My people. The Bible says that my people perish for lack of knowledge. We don't read our Bibles. We take the words of a prophet or a pastor and we just run with it. We gotta be like the Berean church and start really holding these pastors and prophets accountable. Maybe we just need to go on a fast and just read our word. You know what I'm saying? No more sermons for the next 30 days for you guys. Just you and the scriptures. While you're here, my new book, Trust Without Borders, is out and available for sale. Learn.
I don't know if y'all going to get his book, but I'm not here for no promotion of no book. Now, I'm going to wrap this topic up because we need to talk about women and their self-hatred. Listen, at the end of the day, a bunch of adults decided to drink the Kool-Aid. They were given no proof of this God's existence. They were given no proof of a rapture. Yet you had a bunch of people selling their cars, giving away their kids, giving away their money for a rapture. They expected a male God to descend from the sky and rescue them, even though humanity is in one of its worst conditions right now. You got one part of the with humans over here rallying for people to not have rights, calling for violence, demonizing everybody who don't possess white skin or a Christian nationalist ideology. But they think somebody coming to rapture them, though. But they think somebody is about to come rapture them, though. We ain't even gonna get on the black community, because you have where it seemed like the average hood rat male worshiper is sitting up talking about how she will save a man over her own kids, but you going in a rapture, though. Black women advocating for side chicks to be murdered instead of checking their husband, they adultering husband, but you going into a rapture, though. Why would any of these humans on this planet go up into a rapture? What humanity in this dimension and on this planet needs to be worried about is destruction. But I can tell you with 100% certainty, ain't no male God descending from the sky to scoop you up and take you anywhere. And I don't know why it is that you as an adult wouldn't do your research. You would just take the words of a man and then go start selling all your stuff. So whatever these people got for being that stupid, that's just what you get. Yeah, it do sound like Jim Jones, the Jonestown Massacre. Now let's do this. I'm just going to do this one last thing and then we go on to the next topic. Could you pull up the Jew? Pull up the study that said religious belief is negatively correlated with intellect and contextualize it to this current rapture craze. Okay, let me share the screen with y'all. And I don't know if I worded it right. If I didn't word it right, because with Chat GPT, you do got to word things right. But I wanted to put it in the context of this rapture madness. That's what I wanted to do. It says there are multiple meta-analyses finding a small but reliable negative correlation between religiosity and measured intelligence. That doesn't mean religious people are unintelligent, but it helps explain why apocalyptic movements like the current rapture hype can spread under uncertainty. The research, what it actually finds. 2013 meta-analysis, 63 studies. Mean correlation between intelligence and religiosity, a negative 0.24, stronger for belief than behavior. 2020 updated, 83 studies, again finds a negative intelligence religiosity relationship, negative 2.0 to 2.3 to 0.23. And argues part of this link is an analytic versus intuitive cognitive style difference. Related literature notes mixed evidence on whether merely priming analytic thinking reduces religious belief, so treat mechanism claims with caution. Context for today's rapture wave. A lot of Americans believe in the end time. In 2022, 39% of U.S. adults said we're living in the end times, higher among evangelical and historically black Protestant. So this dumb idiotic belief system is primarily present in black people. Why prophecies go viral now? Social algorithms amplify high arousal content, apocalyptic message thrive. Okay, but I need to understand why grown adults would believe that a God whose existence they didn't confirm is going to descend from the sky and take them to heaven. Make that make sense. Because it's like, y'all are, I would expect this out of children. I would expect this out of children, not adults. You're asking the right kind of make it make sense question, because on the surface it does sound wild. Intelligent adults believing in unconfirmed deity is going to crack open the sky and airlift them to heaven. It's like the way that hold on, the way that ChatGPT writes this make y'all sound real dumb. It said because on the surface it sounds wild. Intelligent adults believing in unconfirmed deity is going to crack open the sky and airlift them to heaven. Here's why it happens. Drawing on psychology, sociology, and history. Faith meets existential anxiety. Humans are uniquely aware of mortality. Religious promise meaning, justice, and eternal life in the face of death. A rapture belief gives people certainty. Instead of chaos or annihilation, there's an escape plan where they are chosen. 2. Cognitive style, intuition analysis. Meta-analysis shows a negative correlation between high religiosity and preference for analytical reasoning. That doesn't mean believers are stupid. It means they lean more on intuitive, emotional, and faith-based reasoning. Here's the thing. It's this word for me. To me, if you're faith-based, you're dumb. Then dispassionate, to me, honestly, to me, faith-based people are stupid. Because why would you believe something on faith alone? Like the whole notion of it sounds dumb. I'm going to believe that my soul salvation, I'm going to believe in ideology that relates to my soul salvation based on word alone? That sounds dumb. When stress, wars, pandemic, politics, people default even more to intuitive closure. Something big is coming. Social reinforcement. Belief spread in tight-knit groups. If everyone in your family, church, or online community says the rapture is happening this weekend, it feels rational to prepare. In-group belonging becomes more important than evidence. Doubting can mean losing your entire social world. 4. Apocalyptic tradition. Apocalyptic movements have recurred for 2,000 plus years, from first century Christians to Millerites in 1844 to Rapture TikTok in 2025. This always draws strength in times of social upheaval, economic inequality, pandemics, political corruption, climate fears. The rapture belief flips fear into hope. Chaos means the prophecy is true and deliverance is near. Believing God is about to save me feels better than life is uncertain and I might suffer endlessly. It gives a sense of control, purpose, and moral superiority. Okay, so y'all scared? So basically people are scared, and so out of fear, they're running around to comfort themselves and telling themselves Jesus is going to come save them. Okay, that makes sense. So in short, adults believe because the rapture satisfies deep psychological needs, meaning, control, belonging, fits an intuitive style of reasoning, and is reinforced by group identity. It's not about evidence, it's about certainty and uncertainty. Yeah, I want to see how people in the past reacted to failed prophecies. The Great Disappointment. Preacher William Miller predicted Jesus will return between March 1843 and March 1844. Later narrowed to October 22nd, 1844. Tens of thousands, so this happened already, sold possessions, left jobs, and waited on hilltops in white robes. When nothing happened, it was called the Great Disappointment. Many abandoned the movement, but others reinterpreted, claiming the date marked Jesus' move in heaven's sanctuary, not his visible return. The reinterpretation birthed new denominations, including the Seventh-day Adventist. Jehovah's Witness, multiple failed dates. Witnesses originally taught the world would end in 1914. When it didn't, they said Jesus began an invisible reign in heaven. In 1925, they expected Old Testament patriarchs to be resurrected. Instead, the movement reframed it as a testing period. That's what they're doing now, a testing period. They've been done for a long time. In 1975, another global campaign predicted the end. When it didn't happen, leaders downplayed date setting, but the faith grew regardless. Herald Camping 2011, Rapture May 21st. Radio evangelist Harold Camping predicted the rapture for May 21st, 2011 with final destruction on October 21st, 2011. Some followers sold homes, spent life savings on billboards, and prepared to leave Earth. After nothing happened, Camping said the date was Spiritual Judgment Day, not visible, and later apologized. Many followers quietly returned to their lives, some traumatized, others clinging harder to faith. Rapture talk and online movement, 2020s to present. Social media, TikTok, YouTube amplifying new rapture date predictions. Believers live stream preparations, share visions, and hype countdowns. After the date passed, many posts pivoted. God delayed it to test us. We miscalculated the signs. It was a spiritual fulfillment, not a physical one. This is exactly what they're doing. The cycle of prediction, disappointment, reinterpretation continues just at internet speed. Psychological pattern, expectation, hope, certainty, and belonging in a chosen group. Crisis, failed prophecy creates cognitive dissonance, belief versus reality. Resolution, instead of abandoning belief, many reinterpret or shift the meaning to preserve faith. Survival, movements often emerge stronger because only the most committed stay. Bottom line, grown adults believe because these beliefs meet emotional needs. And when prophecies fail, people don't always leave. They often reinterpret to keep their worldview intact. So they're stuck on stupid. So basically, adults are dumb. They need something to believe in. So therefore, they're going to say that the rapture came. And if the rapture didn't come, they go say that, let me pull it up. The rapture didn't happen because of Epstein files. So this is religious psychosis, and this is religious psychosis wrapped in cognitive dissonance, basically. So here go the article, y'all. Here we go. Let's get into this foolishness. And then we go talk 40 minutes about women hating themselves. Christians say God is delaying the rapture until the Epstein files are released. This is what we're dealing with now. More lunacy, although we already dealing with a lunatic administration. So, Pastor Joshua Lakila made a chilling prediction about the end of the world last month, claiming the rapture was coming September 23rd, but it didn't happen. And it's because of Jeffrey Epstein. Christians eagerly anticipating the rapture were left disappointment, circulating the messages on TikTok that there's a temporary delay until the eradicated Epstein files see the light of day. The let-down pastor Joshua's predictions when he declared to Scent Twins TV with utmost seriousness that the rapture would occur on the 23rd. Now is on the Epstein files. However, the morning after the expected rapture date found many still earthbound, leading to a whirlwind of blame and disbelief among those who had hoped to ascend to the pearly gates, but instead faced another mundane commute. In the scramble for explanation, the popular theory has surfaced suggesting that God is postponing the rapture until the Epstein files are fully disclosed. A post on X relayed a supposed divine message that people are accepting with no proof. A brief word from God: there will be a delay in the impending rapture until the eradicated Epstein files are released for full review. We are very sorry. Another individual speculated, I heard the rapture didn't happen because the Epstein files weren't released. This sentiment was echoed by a multitude of videos clamoring for the release of the extensive documents leaked to convicted child offender Epstein. So this is where we at. Religious lunatics need an excuse as to why God didn't show up. Much like a mother trying to explain to her daughter why her absentee father didn't show up, or a son why his absentee father told him he was coming to the baseball game and didn't show up. Mothers are used to making these excuses for absentee fathers. That's why it's so easy now. Y'all subscribe to me on Patreon. Okay, now that we got that out the way. Okay, yeah, this is a load of barnacles. It really is. It's a circus. It's a circus, is what it is. Nothing about the so-called rapture is like how these people are saying it will happen. They literally going and standing out in forests. They're going to go stand out in the forest. So, those were all the rapture links. The unraptured people are still here. We're going to briefly go over this video because I ain't going to spend too much I'm not going to spend too much time on this video because we already went over it on TikTok, but I wanted to go over it for y'all because this is someone that a lot of y'all watch over here. A lot of black women are under the impression that this man likes black women. He does not. I remember telling y'all that even the black men who are so-called married to black women are white obsessed, or they use white women as a weapon against black women. And here you have a black man with a messed up beard that really need to be lined up on the side, sitting up over here getting a jolly happy feeling in his butterball turkey region over the roars of a throwback who literally is so low tier that she needs to collect crumbs from conquer bandits. So because you got a tingling in your butterball region because of this throwback, you somehow think black women are about to get their panties in a bunch over what Miss I'm so low tier, I'm such a nothing ass bitch, I need to take compliment crumbs from conquer bandits who have no social relevancy, really? You see he look like he owes child support. And she looked like her future is a single mother to a confused biracial. Let's listen.
Your aunties and your cousins are lying to you. You are not better than. Neither are we. But if we did go tit for tat, I mean, do y'all really want to start taking polls? Because if y'all want to do the who's got the best twerk and who can do the dit and do, y'all got it. Look at this dusty bandit. Look at him. Look at this dusty bandit just getting a little tingling feeling in his booty hole, thinking a white man gonna come bend him over just like they were doing on the plantation. Look at him. He tingling. He tingling, just itching. His lips is getting moist for a white dick. He's so tingly over the notion of whiteness. Like, look at him. Look at his face.
Yeah, look at it. Look at his face. He just looking at this low tier basic Beckisha. That's who he looking at, a low tier basic Beckisha, trying to one up black women over what? Something that we don't want. Don't you think, low tier Beckisha, that if we wanted to appeal to these bandits, we would just do whatever they saying? We hear them running around talking about submissive, feminine, fit, and friendly. We said we ain't submitting to conquer bandits. If you want to try to one up us over that, ain't no competition, boo boo. Just submit to the conquer bandit. We don't care. He don't got no resources. He has no social relevancy. The only thing he can offer you is dick, dust, degeneracy, and single motherhood. So if you're telling us that we don't have what it takes for this conquer bandit, then ma'am, you are right. We will lose that competition all the time. Every single time I'm going to lose that competition. And I'm willing to say it.
All on feminine, soft-spoken, waking up all natural with nothing but naturalness.
Oh, she can be feminine and soft-spoken for a conquer bandit who has nothing to offer her. Okay, and so you got feminine, and you got feminine and soft-spoken for the bandit, and then what? And then what'd you get in return? You got turned into a white baby mama who now has no options in her own. But you didn't have no options in your own men anyway, because you wouldn't be sitting up here in a video giving a PSA to the world that conquer bandits who literally and figuratively got a foot on their neck. They don't even control whether they live and die. So I just can't rock with the words of a Beckisha who need bandit biscuits to feel good about herself. Girl, you got bigger issues than we. Like, she literally got way bigger issues than bandits if you sitting up here pandering to bandits. If you sitting up here flexing on the attention you get from conquered self-hating bandits, girl, you really so low that you got to sit up on the internet and say, oh, well, who's more feminine and soft-spoken and wake up natural for a bandit who said welfare took him out of his home? These bandits can't even stand their own goddamn house, and you think we care about some submission that they want? Girl, bye.
Do y'all want to start taking polls on very specific things?
Sure, run the poll,
because
Becky.
This delusion
It's about to get,
it's holding you back.
It's about to get messy.
You think you're up, and you're not.
Oh, but I suppose she's up and elevated by conquer bandits, the most unemployed male on the planet, the least resource-heavy males on the planet, over 2,000 years a slave. That's who you talking to us about? The most enslaved males? We supposed to be mad because you're getting kudos and compliments and favor from some bandits who are documented to be the world's biggest cowards, who hate themselves so much that they actually advertise washing away their blackness with low-tier Beckishas like you? This is supposed to ruffle our feathers because she can get bandit biscuits? Okay, girl.
I'm really frustrated that y'all made me have to do this. She's just gonna label me a racist.
We made her have to do this.
She's a racist.
What are you
Why?
doing?
Because she can speak the truth bluntly. So y'all don't like that. Y'all don't like.
What truth did you speak? Like, what truth did you speak? You said that we can twerk, but you can be submissive and soft-spoken for bandits who don't even control whether they live or die on a daily basis. Like, whatever bandit that you have, any day can be toe tagged by one of your sons, Beckisha, and you think we gonna sit over here and be mad because you want to compete for trash? Girl, there's way too many dumpsters around here for us to be competing with trash. There's enough dumpsters for all of us to dive in, girl. Like, you ain't gotta one-up us on dumpster diving. You got it. There's a dumpster in your neighborhood, and there's a dumpster right outside my townhome, ma'am. If I want a bandit, I'll go dumpster diving. I'm pretty sure I could find one.
That y'all need someone to your feelings. That's why you surround yourself with a lot of people that feel just like you, and y'all bump each other up, and y'all are all in this big crowd, and the whole world is looking at you right now like. You lose.
What did you win, though? Okay, we lost. That's fine. We lost. What did you win, though? What did you win? The least committal man on the planet, the one who's most likely to give you an STD, the man who, if you marry them, you have a 200% chance of divorce. The males who are more likely to cheat when you marry them, that's what you won? The bandits who you probably gonna be taking care of because they ain't got no money on their own, that's what you won and that's what we lost? Hey, that's the L I want to carry. Listen, if my L is not getting to conquer bandit who 9 times out of 10 don't even got no job because he don't even know how to fill out an application. And if he did know how to fill out an application, he's illiterate, so he can't even read the damn application. That's what you won? Because this is her flexing on black men. She ain't flexing on success. She's flexing on failure. You flexing because the most failed males prefer you, and you call that a win? Okay, Methany.
And it's not because you're okay. It's because of how you're acting. It's based off your actions and your words and your behavior.
She got better behavior and still
I know
get
y'all.
her
I
head
know these
knocked
brothers
in.
been trying to tell y'all this for a long time. They've been trying to tell y'all. Y'all didn't want to listen to them, right? Then they go tell the white tea girls and like, oh, they tell the brothers so they did. And let me look at you. Shit, fuck, they didn't lie. No lies detected.
Yo, this is going to get the ladies out of control because this woman is basically calling y'all out and saying that if you got something, then show it. Because basically what I've been seeing coming across my timeline, and this was the cherry on top when y'all sent this one into my email, but what I've been seeing on my timeline is basically white women saying and having conversations openly and saying, yo, y'all can't compare. You're not in the same space as us. You might be able to twerk, you might be able to do this, but your attitude is bad. You don't have any feminine qualities, and your men don't like you. So
And we're saying in response to that, here's our response. We don't care. Collect your homegirls, Beckisha, and have them come into the community and get all these bandits because we tired. If these Beckishas like you more, then why don't more of them come get you? Please come. Like, can we do a Save a Bandit Foundation? Can we put out a PSA? Where do we need to post for Becky to come pick up the trash? We been asking y'all to pick up this trash. I've been trying to recruit Beckishas for a long time to come pick up these bandits, and they won't do it. Listen, there ain't a black man on this planet that's worth competing for. So, Becky, if you want them, you can have them. We don't care. Like, to me, this is so yesteryear where you just sit up and talk about black men as a hot commodity. Like, who are black men to be competing for? Who in their right mind would sit up and cry because a Beckisha wants a bandit? Don't nobody care, girl? If white women are everywhere discussing how your men want us, okay, then take them. Take them. Because they ain't going to jail fast enough. There ain't enough of them incarcerated. So can we get Beckisha to come over here? We tired of them creating baby mamas in our community. Go create some single mothers among white women. Maybe if y'all come get bandits and they can punch on you and knock your head between the washer and dryer, the DV rates and the femicide rates can decline in our community and increase in yours. Because them bandits that you bragging on, yeah, they taking you out too. So please, Becky, you should come release us from this burden of the bandits. Please come and release us. Like, I'm begging them. Literally, I will advertise for white women to come take more black men. Please do, because we want to rest. We tired. We want to heal. Can you please come get these dusty bandits so they can be a burden to you? I've been trying to get black women to not even give birth to them. It's at that point. So ain't nobody sitting here, ain't nobody is going to make a video responding to you. Black men ain't worth it. If they like you more, okay, bye. They said they told us they was getting their passport and leaving. So if they getting their passports and leaving them, Beckisha, maybe they lost the memo that they can just run on over to you. Take them. And take the big burly one that was in this video, start with him. Maybe then he can work out that ham that's sitting in his midsection. Because right here, this looked like an overweight bandit to me. This looked like a bandit who probably ain't seen his dick in years because his stomach is too big. This is a bandit here that looked like he swallowed 2 ham hocks and they got stuck in each cheek. That's what it looked like. So, I mean, it ain't a flex that a bandit who can't even line up his beard likes you. That ain't a flex. These bandits walking over here with track marks in their drawers, stains in their teeth, plaque, unfinished beards, and we supposed to care? Girl, you didn't know that these was some air mattress mandingo. They can't even get themselves on a regular bed with a bed frame, and you think we stunting you, Beckisha? Like, these bandits' jaws got holes and skid marks in them. They sitting over here waiting for somebody to give them a welfare handout, and she think we care whether they like you or not. Don't nobody give a damn about no bandit that like you. What I would say women's problem is, as I segue out of this, because Becky can have all the trash she wants. Girl, you can have all the black trash that you want, girl. Just pull your garbage truck right on up to the hood and get to collecting. There's a lot of them in there. There's a lot of trash in the hood for you to pick up. In fact, maybe after you pick up the trash out of the hood, it won't even be the hood no more. Because the ones causing the problems in the communities are those bandits over there that you using to try to flex on black women. We don't even care, though. We don't even care. Because at the end of the day, if black women really wanted to be as feminine, more feminine than a white woman, we could. But where is that gonna get you with a bandit? So while you laying up being submissive and feminine to a bandit who don't even got no job, we actually over here elevating. And then we ain't gonna elevate laying under a conquered bandit who ain't got no damn money. So if you want to come pick up the trash out of our community, by all means, don't let us stop you. Don't let us stop you. Come get the problem out of the community so we can fix the community. Because all I hear is a white woman sitting in a video telling us that she's willing to come clean up the trash out of the black community. That's all I hear her doing. And if you want to do that, then do that. But what I want to talk about now is women. And if anybody want to come up here, and if anybody want to answer this question for me, they can. But I want to know, why is it that women, and it's black women specifically, who isolate themselves from the people who actually would have their back, which is women. You isolate yourself from the people who would have your back. You cling to bandits who give you nothing but turmoil. But then when that same bandit do you wrong, you go run and cry on the shoulder of a woman. Did y'all notice that? Did y'all notice how even the most rabid black male worshipers are male worshipers when that man drags them through the mud, even though they done scream, my man, my man, my man, I only care about my man, all I need is my man. Soon as my man turned into he was knocking my head through the washer and dryer, they gonna try to run to a woman. And you see, the thing is, they'll say, what they say is that men emotionally exploit women. They'll say men benefit from women's emotional labor. But women do the same thing. Women devalue other women, but then run to them as soon as a man do something wrong to them. Like, take this woman, for example, here. This woman. And listen, I feel bad for her circumstances, but it's given a woman who isolated herself. It's given a woman who isolated herself. 23-year-old mother of 3 has taken her own life after posting a final message. She had her first child at 16 and gave birth to her 3rd child in June. I don't know where I am, but I know I was tired. Do you think that if she had built up a community of women to help her, do you think that she would be here today? I think she would. Do you think that if women would stop prioritizing men who give them nothing but heartache, do you think that they would actually be further? Would they have more support? Absolutely. I want to know why, if this woman was so tired, why didn't she stop at 1? Why didn't she stop at 1? I'm going to read over some of this. It says, I'm not the baby mama, I'm the custodial parent, I am the primary parent, I'm the mother. The one who doesn't get to pick and choose when to show up, I'm the big dog, if you may, on any day. When you're done fighting, begging, crying, forcing, pat yourself on the back for getting through the fight, give it to God. See, look, even when black women are referencing God, guess what they referencing? Even when they referencing God, they referencing in a man. So in all things women do, they're going to reference men, although men only give them disappointment. Yup, he. Even when they referencing God, they referencing a man. Even though this God don't show up for them, this God don't comfort them, this God don't help them, this God don't do anything. So the way in which women treat men on earth is literally how they treat their male God in heaven. He don't gotta show up. He don't gotta do nothing. All he gotta do is be male and he'll get worshipped. She said, I'm tired of acting like I'm okay when I'm not. I'm not okay at all. My heart is broken and I'm mad because I don't do anything to hurt anybody. I give my last. I put everyone before myself, yet I always end up with the short end of the stick. My love is pure, and if I say I love you, I mean it. It's nothing I won't do for you. I've been in this position too many times. This stuff bothering me. I lost and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I keep asking God, but I'm getting no answers. Do you think she was going to God about what a man did to her? Because it's given, I went to a male God to complain about what males were doing to me. That's what is given. I'm so angry, man, and I can't even hide it anymore. I'm not the person I used to be. I just want the old me back, the happy me. She was miserable. Her male God did nothing to make her happy, though. Mental health struggles don't always look the same, but there are warning signs we can notice. Sudden withdrawal from friends or family, expressing hopelessness, feeling like a burden, change in sleep or appetite, or posting messages that sound like a goodbye can all signal deep. This girl was already telling everybody where she was at. This girl was already telling everybody where she was at. She had 3 kids, was isolated, clearly abandoned by the fathers of her children, but kept having kids with them. Kept having children, even though she was abandoned. Now, we don't know everything about this girl's situation, but I know if she right here, a single mother, took herself out because of this, I think it goes without being said, none of those daddies was around. Either there was one daddy who wasn't around, or there was multiple daddies who wasn't around. So what I want to know is, for women, if other women are good enough for you to run to when a man does you wrong, then why is it that women aren't good enough for you to prioritize your relationships with? Why is it that women aren't good enough for you to prioritize a relationship with, but when your bandit do you wrong, you ain't gonna run to a man? Even if women have male friends, they not go sit up on the phone with their male friends and complain about what they boyfriend did to them like they do with a woman. Yeah, they do. Women exploit women just like men do. Men sit up and talk about how dumb women are. Oh, I don't want to hear what she got to say. She shouldn't have rights. But it's a problem when women say they don't want to marry him, though. Men sit up and trash women. Women shouldn't have right over their bodies. Women shouldn't be in leadership positions. Women should stay in the house. Women should be subjugated. Oh, I don't like women. Women ain't smart. But the minute that women say they don't want to date us, it's a problem. But if women don't have sex with us, we go rape them. Women do the same thing. Women will say, oh, women are so full of drama. Women are haters. All women want to do is compete. I can't get along with no females. Oh, no, I only like males. But as soon as a man do them wrong, who they running to? Who they running to? When a man does a woman wrong, who is she about to spend hours on the phone emotional trauma dumping to? Because it ain't going to be no man. It ain't going to be no man. It's going to be another woman. But women are to blame when your man act up. But you going to run to a woman when your man act up. But women are to blame. Oh, I can't have I ain't gonna have no woman around my man. Girl. I don't trust no women around my man. But soon as her man act up, now all of a sudden she trusts women. But she gonna trust a woman enough to get on the phone and trauma dump on her. But when it comes to her man, oh, I don't trust no woman around my man. No, not around my man. No, she wouldn't be around my man. Y'all can trust these women around my man. Now my man cheated on me. Let me call up my girlfriend. Hey, girl. Yeah, girl, he cheated on me, girl. And then they go spend hours trashing the woman he cheated on her with. That's what they go do. She go sit on the phone trashing the woman instead of that bandit who cheated on her. That's what's going to happen. Yep, that's why I'm saying, do not deal with no male identified woman. Do not deal with no male identified woman. The women who sit up here and are my man, but using women for emotional labor, male identified. Tell they dumbasses no. You gonna stay over there with that man. Joyelle said they don't even trauma dump. They call you hoping you will tell them it's okay to deal with bandits. Either way, they're calling you for the support that they can't get from the man that they prioritize. The point is that they're prioritizing these men, but they can't get what they need out of them. Literally, all of the studies are saying one of the biggest reasons why women don't benefit from these relationships is because of the emotional labor that they give to men that is not being reciprocated. And so even though these men won't reciprocate your emotional support, you will go exploit a woman for it. Too Pretty Red Dime said, thank you. I didn't even answer her calls. She dodged me for 2 to 4 years yesterday. Yeah, no. Yup, Akbar V, who can't stop getting pregnant by them and keeps complaining. Yup, Akbar V was literally sitting up telling the internet, which she's trying to appeal to women on the internet. Understand that when a woman comes to the internet, she's not doing it so men will respond and give her support. She's still coming to get support from women. She said that she gave her man money, and that man, even though he was already cheating on her, he took her money and went and spent it on other women. I guarantee you she's more mad at the women than she is at this bandit. She probably more mad at the woman. Say What Said is very weak. sorry to say, but a lot of women do that. Liza said a lot. I had an ex-friend act just like this. She was fighting other women and almost her other friend because he said I would F her. She even questioned me about him. Exactly. And I'm because those women are not friends. They're not friends to women. They're male worshipers who use women for the emotional support that men will not give to them, because they know these men don't value them. Because if the man value you, first of all, number one, he wouldn't be putting you in that situation, and number two, even if you were in an emotionally upsetting situation, he would support you. But most of these males ain't giving nobody no emotional support. Women still rally behind them though. Women still prioritize men, even though men don't pour into them emotionally. In fact, men are creating the emotional wounds that you look to women to heal, but you refuse to prioritize women. You prioritize the men who emotionally harm you, and you ostracize the women who you're going to for emotional healing and support. That don't even make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Maxita said, I hate women weak over a man. I've run out of patience with them. I've spent so many years being understanding and supportive. I am exhausted. Yeah, I can't with male-centered women. But most women are male-centered, especially most black women. And even some of the black women who say they not male-centered, they lying. They lying. Men already know that it doesn't matter how much they abuse and harm women. They know for a fact that women will still prioritize them. Maxita, you really can't afford to have weak women in your circle. That's the thing. You can't afford to have weak women in your circle. Weak women are dangerous. Sonya C said, we don't have a culture of men who prioritize strong family and community. His culture is one of abandonment. Let's just tell the truth. Well, here's the thing, because with abandonment and not raising children, to me, I think that's something on women. Let me tell you why. Just hear me out while I tell you why I think this on women. Because men have constantly said men don't raise children. Men have told women over and over and over that they don't raise kids. Men have said over and over and over that raising children is a woman's job. So if men have already told you they don't raise children, and then they show you that they don't raise children, why are you still having the children? Unless you want to raise them on your own. Of course married women are raising children. Men said that they don't raise children. They didn't say we don't raise children when we're single. They didn't say raising children is a woman's job only when you're married or only when you're single. Men said they don't raise kids, period. They said that's your job. They literally told you it's your job to take care of the kids. It's his job to make money. So if he's already telling you the only thing I'm going to do is make money, you got to take care of those kids on your own. Why are you acting like you didn't know they weren't going to take care of these kids? They told you they weren't going to take care of. They told you they weren't. They told you they weren't. Let me see. Let me ask ChatGPT. How long have men been saying? Have men been promoting that raising children is a woman's job? I just want to get the timeline on this, because I know for a fact that this is something men have been saying like since forever. I thought women already knew that men have been saying forever that they don't raise kids. So I don't know how y'all fell for the okie doke that they do while they've been telling you that they don't. That's a sharp historical question, and the answer is men have been promoting the idea that childbearing is women's work for millennia, but the exact framing have shifted with culture, religion, and economics. So it sounds like forever they've been telling you that you're raising them kids on your own. Ancient roots. Patriarchal societies, ancient Mesopotamia, Greek Rome, early China, assigned men to public, political, and economic roles while women were expected to remain in the domestic fields. In texts like Aristotle's Politics, 14th century BCE, this sounds like before Christ's existence. Men were described as naturally fit for rule and women for household duties, including childbearing and child rearing. You kept having the kids, though, knowing that they said they ain't raising them. In Rome, the paterfamilias, male head of household, held legal power, but the day-to-day raising of children was managed by mothers, wet nurses, and female servants. These men ain't never told y'all they was gonna raise no kids. They been telling you since the beginning of time they ain't gonna raise no kids. They ain't helping you raise kids. This is your job. Why are you having kids and separating yourself from women who will actually help you with your kids? Religious reinforcement, Hebrew Bible, Old Testament, women are praised for managing the home and children. Christianity, early church, reinforced motherhood as the highest calling for women. They still saying that. Islamic law similarly positioned mothers as the primary nurturers, while fathers were responsible for early modern Europe, U.S. and Western modern utility. Contemporary shifts. Since the mid-20th century, feminism has challenged this framing. Women, hold on, you guys. I gotta answer this from my friend. She. Hold on. I'll be right back. Y'all, I gotta get off in a minute because my friend is about to get on her flight, so she'll be here soon. But yeah, so men have been telling women forever that they don't raise kids. You're gonna be raising them alone. So I just don't get why women would then start complaining that they taking care of kids by themselves when men. Like, these men been telling women who they are. Women just haven't been listening. Women haven't been listening. Men have throughout history shown women who they are, told women who they are, put who they are in religion, and women have chosen to ignore it. And now we're here. Now we're here again in the same position that we were in the past, because men have been telling women who they are and women have refused to listen. They said they don't raise kids. They don't want to talk to you. They want to look at you. They want you to look pretty, shut up, have kids, and be a slave. That's what they want you to do. Anything else, they ain't doing it. They were saying they was going to pay the rent, and now they saying they ain't even going to do that. So while men are out here giving you nothing, you're centering men and isolating yourself from the only people who will give you something, which is women. So when are women going to stop hating each other and recognize who's your allies and who are not? Because the males that you think are your allies are literally showing you and telling you that they not. They showing you and telling you that they not. So I don't know where the confusion is. But y'all, I gotta go. So I really got to go. I need to change my clothes, get out of this, and I got to leave. So I'll see y'all later. See y'all. I don't know if I'm feeling, if I get around to, if I can, I might do an extra live stream where we can just talk on Patreon. If you haven't signed up for my Patreon and you want to be a part of those discussions and you want to see the content that's not on YouTube, you can subscribe to me on Patreon. The address is scrolling across the screen. And I'll also pin it to the comment section. Thank you, Maxita. Maxita has a link that she's putting in the comment section. So if you want to join Patreon, you can. And then you can get the live streams and all of the content that we have over there. Otherwise, have yourselves a good weekend. I have to go. Bye.